Interrupt regular programming. It's Pete and Hannah's Watchlist's TV podcast. This week we're talking about Last of Us Season 2, Episode 6. Hannah, before we begin, don't forget, we've got a lot of stuff on the channel at the moment. What's Next is up with Mission Impossible review, sport free. We've also got the Tom Cruise draft from last week. We also have Mr. Smith Goes to Washington for AFI Top 100 and movie news, which did a great clickbait this week. Mm-hmm. And we preview Lilo and Stitch, which will be on next week's What's Next.
That's right.
Let us get on to today's show. That is We Interrupt Regular Programming and Last of Us. Okay, so last week we had a dream sequence, and this week it's all about that dream sequence, and we go back in time when Ellie just turned 16.
Yeah, we get the whole episode is jumps through 16, each year,
19th birthday.
On her birthdays, yeah.
So the first birthday, he gives her a guitar, and he plays her Pearl Jam song.
Yeah.
She also burns herself on a pot too, so she can wear short sleeves to cover up the bite. And then he plays the song, which is so cute. He also gets her a cake from Seth because he finds Lego blocks that are when he scavenges.
Yeah.
Then the next birthday, he takes her on a magical journey, which he takes her to see a dinosaur, and then space, where he has a recording of an actual space flight.
Yeah.
It is so cool.
Oh.
And then from that, we get the little glimpse of the fireflies, and so she's thinking about it. Ellie's thinking about that occurrence.
Yeah.
And then the next birthday, he skips a birthday, and then he's going in to give her a cake, and it's nice written, all of her name on the cake.
To surprise her, but has a guest over.
Yeah, she has a lady friend, and they're smoking pot, and she's also got a tattoo.
Tattoo. Yeah, just everything a kid is not supposed to be doing, and a parent does not like.
He goes absolutely off, and then she decides she's going to move out.
Yeah.
And he stops her, and then he says, "Oh well, at least your tattoo is better than my drawing on your guitar." And she doesn't say anything. And he goes, "Look, don't move out now. I've got to weatherproof the room. I'm going to weatherproof the room, and then you can move out." And that's where we find Ellie moving to outside. And then the next birthday, he takes her on her first patrol.
Yeah.
And then on that patrol, we get the famous encounter where
the Eugene encounter. Yeah,
Eugene has been bitten, and then Ellie makes Joel promise that he's going to allow him to go home to see the doctor and say goodbye, and then Joel puts a bullet in him. Joel goes back to the town and tells the doc about
he
Eugene.
got bit.
He got bit. So. He was going to, but he ended it himself, which is the lie. Ellie calls him on it, and then he gets slapped, and then it's...
Yeah, the tensions, their whole relationship is basically on thin ice.
And then it goes to the bit where we saw at the first episode of the season, where it's the dance. Seth has a problem with the girls dancing. It's a family event. Joel gets in, and then they have that conversation. How this episode started was, we go back to 1983, where Joel is protecting his brother, Tommy. And
it shows their father.
His father is saying that, I'm not going to... Joel goes, "You're not going to hit him. You're going to hit me. And I'm the one that did it." He goes, "No, you didn't do it. It was him." And
then he goes and tells a story.
He goes to tell a story how he used to get beaten, and it's just getting a little bit better. And it's really a heartwarming scene. And then it goes all the way to that scene where we...
finally get
in the first episode, we see her
walk past,
but she actually doubles back.
Yeah,
and then she asks him to tell him the truth. This is the last chance to tell the truth about what happened with the fireflies. And he tells her, and he goes, "Look, I just want the best for you, and hopefully one day when you have somebody, that you do it a little bit better than what I've done it." And then I was just in tears.
Yeah, no, I was crying too. I was crying at the the museum part.
Yeah.
The space. Pedro Pascal as Joel was significantly amazing acting. You can definitely feel this episode showed like the weight of his loss.
Yeah.
Like you just felt it this entire season, and this episode is a very stark reminder of it. Putting all the flashbacks, because in the game you kind of get some of these throughout. Like the last scene where they discuss the Firefly incident is towards right at the end.
Yeah.
And getting it all back to back, like in all this, like processing all these emotions and the build up of Ellie and Joel's relationship and how it slowly declined, and that's how we get to the start of the season.
I thought it was so well done.
It is well done, and I really enjoy the acting and the story in this. It's just, it makes the rest of the season feel so bad. Like, honestly, I've just not enjoyed the season until this episode.
Well, I just don't understand. Like,
it could be because I don't enjoy the story of this one compared to the first season story, which is the same as the game. Like, it's all about the fact there's a lot of hate and revenge between every character, and it's all just like eye for an eye stuff that we're suffering from. But it's just, I don't know how the show has progressed it. I don't love it. Like, I've never loved the pacing of the season particularly, but this episode is brilliant, and it's a really good episode for this show.
The feedback that this episode and this season's got is very negative. I just don't see it.
A lot of people are nitpicking because of there's just a lot of the social and political views that the creators of the show have from the game and this, and a lot of people pick that, and then they pick apart the show because they don't. You have fanboys that don't like the show. You have people that like the game but don't like the show. You have people that like the show but don't like the game. You have people. Everyone has their own opinion on this. It's bringing it out really poorly. Like the first season is just beloved, but that's also the first game is beloved. The second game was always controversial, and now the show is getting that controversy too. Not for being a show, just for all the divisive opinions everyone has on it.
A lot of people saying that the negativity around this season it's because they talk too much and they don't let the scene sit for itself. But I think they got it right in this episode. Like, you could see from the start of this episode to the end, and I will admit, like, this episode is so much better than the rest. You are totally right when you said that. But it's just the way they can tell a story, how the relationship over 4 or 5 years just deteriorated from the great thing with the guitar and the outing to the museum. It's just such, like,
great girl dad
you
stuff.
You wish you have a parent like that.
He's so amazing.
We're lucky to have great parents that do stuff like that. But, like, for the people that don't have parents like that, that's what it's like.
So emotional.
It's so emotional. Okay, so next week, it's
the final episode.
The final episode.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your thoughts going into the last episode?
I don't know.
Are we finally going to see Tommy?
Yeah, no, definitely. The way they ended that little clip, you definitely know you get to see him. It just feels really weird. I feel like we're rushing into this final episode. I know it technically lines up, but it feels like we're rushing into it. I feel like the game is incredibly long, and you get sections of Abby, and you get, like, there are long, drawn-out bits, and I feel like we've skipped some of those to add nonsense because they want to continue the story about Seattle, I believe. I feel like they want to continue these characters and stories in this life outside of just Ellie and the crew. So it feels weird that next week's the week we're getting this final episode, but
it really does think that you're going to get a something happening next week that we won't see Ellie.
No, we see Ellie. No, but we're getting.
No, I'm saying we won't see Ellie after this season.
Yeah. I don't know what they're gonna do because I feel like they might change some things because it feels like they've been
definitely getting another
leading
season.
up. But I will say, this whole season, most of it's been the reason this episode felt a lot different was that a lot of the season was done by Craig Mason, who brought it to But Neil Druckmann, who made the games,
Yeah.
he directed this episode, and he played it like it was very important to him. And
Craig Mason came up with the idea of the dad and young Joel. That was really
we
well
like
done.
we like watching the behind the scenes stuff because you like at the end of the day, these people did care about this story.
Yeah.
They care about these characters. They put a lot of effort into the show. There's amazing moments. It's just bottled down because everyone has such conflicting feelings about it.
Everyone needs to take a chill. This show's good.
It's just a TV show.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
That is it for today's episode of We Interrupt Regret Programming. Next week we do the season finale of The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
That is my lovely co-host Hannah. Plenty of stuff going on the channel, and don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Leave a comment below or send us an email at peteandhannahswatchers@gmail.com. We interrupt regular programming.